Jackson, Dave Jones.
His name was Jackson. And if you'd have been there when I met him, it would have been amusing. But I'm glad you weren't there when I met him. Because it was in a bathroom. My family and I were out for dinner that evening, and I had to use the restroom. So I got up from our table and I toddled into the restroom. As I got there, bam! The door came open behind me. Now, that was a small restroom. Wasn't a lot of room. And in walked a 2.5-foot little guy. And he looked up at me and he said, "Hello, my name's Jackson. J-A-X, son." And I said, "Okay, hello, Jackson." Now, obviously, he had been used to correcting adults about how his name was spelled. But he wasn't going to have any of that with me. Jackson said, "I'm going in there," pointing to the stall. "You go there," pointing to the urinal. Okay. I was taken back a little bit, but I moved over to my designated spot. While I'm standing there, very loudly I hear, "Hey, what's your name?" I said, "Dave." A few seconds passed and I hear, "How old are you?" "I'm 59. There was a long pause. A really long pause. Now, I didn't turn around during that long pause, mind you. But then I heard, "Wow, that's old." And then I heard, "I'm 5. I kind of laughed a little bit. I finished my business. And as I flushed the urinal, I started to walk away and I heard, "Hey, you wash your hands." Before you go to make any assumptions, I was going to wash my hands, but I just hadn't gotten there yet. So I walked over to the sink and turned on the water and was washing my hands. And what do I hear? "You better be using soap." Well, I'm washing my hands and finish. I take the towel and start to dry them, and bam! Out of the stall comes this little 2.5-foot sense of dynamite. He comes over and kind of pushes me aside and says, "I'm up." And he starts washing his hands. Now, the sink was a little high for Jackson. Fearless. He said, "Hey, lift me up." So I finished drying my hands and lifted Jackson up so he could wash his hands. He said, "All right, I'm done. Put me down." I put him down. He said, "Give me a towel." I gave him a towel. And, now, mind you, this is from a 5-year-old. So as we finished up, Jackson said, "What'd you learn here tonight?" What did I learn? I don't know. I'm thinking to myself, what did I learn? I told Jackson, "I don't know. What did I learn?" He looked at me and he says, "Never be too big or too old to say hello to a kid." All right. So I paused and I looked at Jackson and I said, "I think I've actually learned something else tonight." And Jackson said to me, "What'd you learn?" I learned to take instructions well. When someone tells you where you're to go there. When someone tells you, wash your hands when you're done, you do it. When someone tells you, make sure you use soap, make sure you use soap. And lastly, when someone asks you for help, don't be too big or too old. Give them a little bit of help. Because as we left the restroom, there was a man standing there who was chuckling. And I kind of paused for a moment and I said, "You're Jackson's dad?" He said, "Yeah." He said, he's kind of forward sometimes. I said, "Yeah, you could say that. You could say that." He said, "Well, I hope he didn't offend you." I said, "No, he didn't offend me at all. I learned some good lessons while I was in the restroom that night with JAXSON. Mr. Contest Chair.